What do you think?
In terms of like people that come from high income countries, I'd say like their entire life has just been like centered on being privileged. Like they know what the standard is, and like that standard has just kind of been set for them since they were like children. So there's nothing else to really look up to because they've already like gotten that standard. But for like people that are in low and middle income countries, I guess in a sense you could say they've hit rock bottom, and once you hit rock bottom, the only way out is like up.
So when you're down below, you're looking up.
Yeah.
When you're up above, you have to stay there.
Yeah.
What's beautiful? Hope you guys are feeling good. Today, guys, we're back going to new video, guys. Today, we're going to check now. Do you have faith in democracy? Gen Z. This is about a professor and students who he just wants to know if this generation is optimistic about the future. And what has been said in this video, it's going to blow your mind. Let's get right into this video, guys.
Hey, let's wait. You guys want to? Do you want to sit? You're going to be up here the whole time. So here, why don't you take that? You may want to just move down just a little so you can sit, or you can sit like that, bro. It's all good. All right, let's introduce yourselves.
All right, my name is Abdullah. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm a junior in mechanical engineering.
Hello, my name is Muna. I'm from New York, and I'm a first-year BBH major.
And your ancestry is Nigerian, right?
Yeah, I'm Nigerian.
Have you been to Nigeria?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're really Nigerian.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. That's good.
Hello.
Yeah, just push it up. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Santiago. I'm from Mexico.
Where are you from in Mexico?
Monterrey.
Monterrey?
Yeah.
So you're an international student?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Wait, why'd you come to Penn State of all places, man? Where you gotta wear a jacket like that, you know what I mean?
I'm used to the heat of Mexico.
The heat, but you're in the cold.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm saying like you came to a place that has these really cold winters, just because.
Well, me and another friend applied here, and we both like got in, so we came together.
Oh, very cool. All right, man. All right.
I'm Mason. I'm from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, and I'm a junior.
Coatesville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else from Coatesville, Pennsylvania? All right, dude, you're all alone. You're representing Coatesville all by yourself. Hey, so I want to have a conversation with you all about your hopes and dreams. Okay, and I want you to talk from the perspective of people. What you're thinking, what you're feeling, but also the people around you, okay? People in your immediate vicinity, people who you know, the conversations you have, and just to kind of get a sense of how things are and where things are in your lives, okay? Okay, so he's my age. Damn, when am I going to retire? All right, man. Hey, go to the next, let's go to the next. I need to make more money. All right, listen, man. So here's this thing. I want to ask you guys about this. So earlier today, I was reading this article, this op-ed piece by this guy named David Brooks. Okay, and he's a columnist for the New York Times. He's a columnist, but he's television, he does a lot of different things, writes books. And then he's very, very moderate, very middle of the road. He leans conservative, but he's very middle of the road. A pretty thoughtful guy. And I didn't really, he made the argument that people in your generation, I mean, one thing, but that wasn't just him. He referred to Americans in a general sense, but really most people people make this argument that your generation is really rooted in nihilism, right? This meaninglessness, well, all of that, right? Skepticism, lack of purpose. You're just all like, just not serious, unserious, right? The whole thing, that you're floating on a sea of uncertainty and pessimism and negativity that grows out of life around you, grows out of what you've gotten from my generation, grows out of what you see in social media, grows out of all of this, right? Lack of purpose. How strong is this among people, this feeling, okay? That's described right here. How strong is it among you and your friends and people around you in your generation, like Gen Z in particular? How strong is it? So somebody my age says like, oh my God, the young people there are so nihilistic. Does that relate to, how do you hear that? Anybody?
I think that there's definitely people like that, but in my experience, I think there's more people that are more like stoic and less nihilistic.
So people more like you all, really. Because you all are showing a great degree of optimism, really in a certain sense. But say more about that. Like, so people around you, how are they compared to this? If they're not like this, how are they?
Like they're optimistic about the future. They have goals. They're not like, they know that maybe like there's bad things that can happen and stuff, but they won't think about anything that isn't gonna be useful to their lives or is gonna be better for them.
Mm-hmm. So people are busy putting their lives together.
Yeah.
Yeah? Somebody else.
I definitely wouldn't really agree and say like our generation is like nihilist. That's the word.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't really say so, especially I guess like the people that I surround myself around. I really just think it's more about like a person's like upbringing and just like what type of like goals they have set for themselves. Like at the end of the day, like everybody is different. There's going to be that group of people that's extremely lazy, extremely like pessimistic. They don't really know what they want for themselves in the future. And then there's gonna be that other group who's just naturally goal setting, like goal chasing and everything.
So think about people your age, the people you surround yourself with, right? That you know. Most of them lean this way or this way.
I think most of them lean towards like the optimistic side, especially with all the resources that we have now. Like we have a lot of access to the internet and stuff, and just seeing like other people that have like accomplished things like online, I just think it inspires people our age to do the same thing.
So you're seeing lots of inspiration around you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Mason, do you want to? Dude, you see suffering around the world, but go ahead. Like, how about this? Does this resonate with you and your friends? Meaninglessness, skepticism, negativity about the future. It's like, ah, man, all the moral codes in society, just like, F that. Like, we're not. That's the sense of you all from a lot of people, man.
I can see it. A lot of the right now feels meaningless because it's the future we're trying to get to. Like we're building up right now to get to the degree and all that.
Mm-hmm. So, like for you, like being in school is a thing that it's maybe there's something there, but do most of your friends feel optimistic? Are they like sitting around brooding about the future of life on this planet, or are they getting on with their lives?
I meant more like they're not optimistic about right now, but they're optimistic about the future.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay, so they're busy, so they're struggling, like they got an exam in their class, they got to write a paper, but they're still feeling good about what the future has in store. Uh-huh. So if someone comes along and says, your generation, you're nihilistic in this way, all of these things, you would say, I don't see that.
I would say I see your point, but if you live inside of that area, you would understand it because you live it rather than seeing it from somewhere else.
I got you. You would understand where some of that comes from. I got you. Abdullah, how about you? Like, how about in like young people in Saudi Arabia, man? How about you all?
I mean, I would say most of people in my age, especially in Saudi Arabia, are optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
No, but now optimistic about what?
About life overall, about quality of life. Let's say like free healthcare and other things.
Mm-hmm. Being taken care of by your government.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Optimistic that the oil isn't going to run out.
I mean, that's far away from possible, at least in those 100 years.
Yeah, I got you, man. Okay, so optimistic. They're feeling, how about the ability to have a family and raise a family and have kids and all of that?
I would say it's a 50-50 in this point, because there are a lot of people who are afraid from like marriage and stuff like that because of like rising prices and other stuff. And yeah.
How about this? How about the general acceptance of moral codes? When we say moral codes, by the way, and somebody else might want to weigh in on this, when we say moral codes, what we mean are the codes, the rules that we live by, the codes we live by, that shape our sense of what's right and what's wrong, what's good and what's bad. Do most people your age, from what you see, do they really accept and follow the standard moral codes of life around?
I would say most of them are. I mean, I'm going back to a point that if you are going to look at the world as a dark place, only as a dark place, without looking at the possibilities and goals that you can achieve, what's the point of living?
Okay, but hang on. And you're saying you're not seeing that happening among people of your generation.
Not a lot.
Yeah, okay. So you're not seeing that. And you're not really seeing that. And you're not seeing that. You're seeing that this kind of doesn't make sense. I would say, personally, from myself, from what I know, one of the reasons that I like having these conversations, or that one of the reasons people tune in a lot, people my age, is because they have the idea that your generation is really nihilistic, that all sorts of things, all sorts of negative things, and you're really condemning, you're not open-minded, you're not thoughtful, but it turns out that you really are not how people imagine that you are, and people talk about how you are, so. Okay, let's go. I want to go with another one. Go to the next slide, if we could. So take a look at this. So young people, this is this Gallup poll. This is a poll from 21 countries, right? And so young people, 15 to 24, that's you all, right? From low and middle income countries. So this is you, right? And this would be you also. Not you, but it would be you. Not you, I mean, you're American, but think Nigeria for a second. Young people in low and middle income countries are far more likely to be optimistic about the future than young people in high income countries. Do you have a sense of why that might be true? Like you're just taking guesses here, but do you have a sense of why that might be true? And by the way, I'm willing to, if anyone wants to weigh in on this, if you have a sense of what you're thinking, we'll get a microphone to you, because it's a really interesting question. I've seen this in many, many different places. Like, so young people, let's be really clear here, because this is big. Young people who are living in countries that are at the bottom half of the world's sort of economic ladder, okay? Poor in low income and lower middle income countries in particular, are just far more like they look to the future and they just feel more like, hey, this is all right. We can do this. We got it, man. The world's going to work out. It's going to work out for me. It's going to work out for other people. Like, we can make this happen. Far more likely than people from, say, the upper income countries, including, say, the United States and Europe and so on. So, like, Muna, what do you think?
In terms of like people that come from high income countries, I'd say like their entire life has just been like centered on being privileged. Like they know what the standard is, and like that standard has just kind of been set for them since they were like children. So there's nothing else to really look up to because they've already like gotten that standard. But for like people that are in low and middle income countries, I guess in a sense you could say they've hit rock bottom, and once you hit rock bottom, the only way out is like up. So
when you're down below, you're looking up.
Yeah.
When you're up above, you have to stay there.
Yeah.
And staying there is a lot more difficult than striving for something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody else. Santiago, do you have a thought on this? As somebody from who's you're more high income, but in a lower income country. So like, what do you think how to make sense of this?
I think it might be because there's been a lot more development more recently in like third world countries. So like for example, the Mexico I was brought up in is very different to the one my grandfather grew up in. And I think that difference is a lot bigger than in first world countries, maybe.
So you see all the changes that are taking place, and you see the many opportunities available.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's really interesting, right? So we've done a lot of work in Haiti over the years. So I travel to Haiti. I used to travel to Haiti all the time, and we had these projects in Haiti, and we worked with a buddy of mine who you might meet because he's going to try to come up here and be in class, but he trains entrepreneurs, and I remember like poor people who really have nothing at all, man. I mean, like nothing. Okay, but they want to do something. They want to make something. They want to do something. Then they want to sell it. They want to move up, man. They want to elevate themselves because you start with nothing. And man, I can't even emphasize like what I mean by that. Okay, like a house with a single light bulb and a table and a chair and a piece of foam for a bed, okay? And they're like, it's what Muna just said. It's like, yeah, here I am, man. And they would come, so people would come to the workshops, because Ernst would have these workshops, and people would come from different communities, and they would be these entrepreneurial development workshops. And man, people would come, they'd be excited, they would be like, yeah, this is cool. There's such little chance of them they're being rich, forget it, but they're just going to make a couple steps. So instead of having one meal a day, they have 2 meals a day. And the excitement that would happen with young people, right, with people that we were working with, the excitement was palpable. Whereas we would work with wealthier kids doing the same workshops, and it's like, just didn't have it. So anyway, do you have anything to add to that?
I would say maybe for like the United States specifically, for the higher income, the people at the top are already at the top, so there might not be room for more people to go up. That might be why people are not optimistic about the future.
Yeah. Okay. And you see that maybe there's not a lot of room. Yeah. Do you feel it? Like, do you feel you're from Coatesville? You're not like Coatesville's not a wealthy. Do you immediately say you're from Coatesville? So I'm like, okay, you're not in the upper class, right? So how about you? Like, you're here. How open is the future for you compared to maybe if you started really wealthy? Do you ever think about that?
I wouldn't think of myself as ever being like a millionaire or like a billionaire or something, because that's just unrealistic. But I can see myself being like middle class.
All right, that's cool. So middle class is good. And you didn't get a scholarship to a private prep school or something where you were hanging out with rich kids. So you don't have those kinds of goals and expectations. So it's just like, yeah, whatever. Middle class is good for me. There are people in this class, middle class, absolutely unacceptable, man. Like, are you kidding me? To be like, hey, do you want to be middle class? We're like, dude, are you effing serious? You know, that would be such a step down. So a lot of where you start from. Okay. So I could imagine then upper income countries. Bro.
I would argue a whole lot of it has to do with economic opportunity. When you're starting from a place that's, underdeveloped, simple changes mean a whole lot. Electricity is a game changer. We couldn't imagine living without it,
Yeah.
but there are places all over the world where electricity is intermittent or non-existent, and the change of going from none to some is a tangible benefit to their daily life, and that is a tangible benefit to their daily life that they can see happen in their lifetime. So it's the trajectory of their life experiences is getting better largely. Whereas in the more developed Western world, infrastructure is largely good. I mean, you can largely take a plane to wherever you want. Power outages are largely extraordinarily rare. Internet is largely very fast.
So your needs are much greater.
Your needs are almost all met. I mean, very few people go hungry in this country because food is, as a percentage of income in the United States, it's like 5% of our total income. Whereas around the world, it can be up to 35%. And that change is substantial and tangible.
Yeah. Wait, your name's Logan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that. I think it's really more, I mean, I see that. I certainly see it.
I mean,
hang on. Dude. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you. First of all, I agree with what Logan said. That
Wait, what's your name again?
you can call me Maz.
Mats?
Maz, M-A-Z.
Mads. Mads. Yep. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And I agree with Logan's points, and I think I have more of a different perspective on this. I believe with low and middle income countries, they're more family oriented. And then the higher an income you go, the more people become more entrepreneurial, more solo. And
You
then
start
that can
moving
create,
toward nuclear families and...
I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, smaller families.
Smaller
like
families.
You're one single households.
Right.
And stuff.
And the further the connection is from people close to you, the less optimistic you are. And I think with these like low income families, I've seen videos of Haiti, right?
Yeah.
And you'd see them, lots of big families, lots of people bunched up together, and they motivate each other. They tell each other, keep going, there's hope, or it's just that positivity that you feel with people around you that you can trust.
You know, it's really interesting, the hope that, that's cool. Thanks.
I would say you can't fix the world if you can't fix the issues that you have personally. So first of all, you have to work on yourself, and then figure out what to solve next.
But do you feel like you're do you feel like you're part of the world? Like not in this small life, but you're really part of something bigger?
I mean, we're living in the same planet, aren't we? So we should help each other.
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
When you think about your future, do you feel like your goals in your future, like Rock is asking in a way, do you feel that connection?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah? Muna, how about you? Ms. I want to get rich and live a good life. Like, to what degree? You can't do that without other people around you. Like, so when people hear you say that, the idea is that you're kind of selfish or whatever, but you have a nice smile. Like, selfish people don't smile like that. So, like, to what degree are you really like, no, seriously, I'm just thinking about me, and I'm not worried about the world? Or what degree are you part of this larger?
With the field that I'm going into, like, it's about like helping like other people, like especially I want to go into obstetrics, so there needs to be more Black women in that field. So I definitely feel like I'm working towards a good cause, and I don't think I'm being selfish by saying I want to be rich. I think I'm setting a goal for myself, and we're actively working towards that every single day. And if somebody has an issue with it, then they're envious.
No, how about this, though? How about this? If everyone just had set their goals and worked toward their own goals and didn't busy themselves with everybody else, maybe it would be okay. This is the idea of radical individualism, right? Just take responsibility for yourself, and then everything is fine. Everything works. Just do what you need to do for you. And then, like, we don't need people like Mason going around the world helping people. Just deal with you, you know?
But I don't think it's that simple
Well,
to just deal with you. Money, I want to be like happy and stuff, so I
Okay.
can enjoy it. So I feel like with good leadership comes like happiness, and then like behind that happiness is intention and everything. So I feel like if you're not really in a good place in your life and stuff, and you're trying to be that leader, you're not going to really put that foot forward that you're supposed to, and you're not going to set that example that you're supposed to, and there's just not going to be any sort of like effort or any sort of like intention, like I said, behind what you're doing. But
So, okay, all right.
no, ask your question actually.
No, so I was going to say, like, when you talked about what you wanted, you never said, I want to be a leader. You're like, I want to be a nurse. I'm going to get my doctorate in as a nurse practitioner. It's like, yeah, I don't want to be the CEO of a hospital or something. You didn't say that.
Well, maybe not like the CEO, but definitely eventually take on some type of like administrative like role, because I know I'm going to enjoy what I do, and I want to be able to help other people enjoy that profession as well.
Okay. All right, okay. Santiago, does this resonate with you, that like leading with happiness? So you got well-being, you got meaning, money's there, but it's all part of a package. That's the package is the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people do want to live like a happy life, and
In your generation.
yeah, that's what they're aiming for, to live a happy life. If that's like being a leader is what makes them happy, then that's what they're gonna try to do.
This idea that, because this is different, right? Again, I want to go back 20 years. I've been in this business a long time, and this is not what people were saying 20 years ago, right? That my happiness is really, really important. So that's why I'm asking you, like, are you hearing this with people? It's like, yeah, that's what they're really talking about.
Yes, but I think like it's always been like that. Like most people have tried to be happy in their lives. Like I don't think there's anyone that's trying to not be happy.
No, yeah, but it's about a balance. It's about balance. Yeah, it's about leading with happiness as opposed to leading with money, leading with any other one thing. It's like, no, it's all got to go together. Yeah. Mason, do you have anything on that? You may not, in which case I want to get a question from somebody else.
Because you are in a high income country, you are relaxed. Someone who is at an high income country might be striving or grinding or doing more or want more from life than someone who is at a middle or low class income country. Do you understand? It's not about where you are, it's about the drive you have in you. In a society of 1,000 people, they might have like 40% of people who want more. They might have 20% of people who feel comfortable where they are. They might have like 30% of people who don't see any passion or interest to do more. It's how society always is. Everyone is different. Every background is different. So you saying, people are assuming that the new generation are just relaxed. None of them want to. They don't have ambition. They don't have optimism. That's not true. That's not true. Everyone is different. It might be people you encounter might not have that drive that you expect from them. That does not mean the entire Gen Z do not have that drive. Do you understand? There are a lot of Gen Z who want more from their life, who want to grow more, who want to achieve more, who have that great desire. Everything still lies down to background, your families, where the person is coming from. You understand? That's where all this is coming from. Where are you coming from? What drive do you have? What purpose? Like, it's your drive? What kicks you up in the morning? What makes you want to do better? What makes you want to grow? No man in this world wants to remain where he is unless he has given up on life. There is no one who wants to remain at the same state he is unless he has given up. It's a capitalist system. Everyone wants more. Everyone is hungry for more. So I feel like we're in a society that everybody wants to grow. So because your era of living is not the same with the Gen Z, that does not mean the Gen Z don't have drive. Like every single one of them in this class right now have that optimism in their hearts that they want to have more. Even if later in future, all of them will not be in the same ranking or in the same place of life, but that does not mean they were not better than where they were previously. You understand? Even a little step forward is better than remaining where you are. The entire discussion was actually beautiful. I love how the professor have an open mind and the students too had an open mind to talk about what they think about their future life and about what they want from their life. You understand? It's a very beautiful discussion. It's a beautiful dialogue, and I love such open debates like this that makes people want to like tell how they feel inside, not just because of what they have to say because of grades and stuff. This is how school or education ought to be. Ought to be like an open-minded stuff that everyone see what is in their mind, not because of fear of what the lecturer or the professor is going to say. Comment down below what you think about this video. Give us a thumbs up. Share this video to as many as can. Subscribe to our channel, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay safe.